Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hello, Blue Earth. Hello, Goodhue. Hello, Matamidai. Hello, Berlin. And hello to you. Good morning and welcome. Welcome to the Jason Show. Look at it, I have St. Paul behind me this morning. We're celebrating St. Paul.
We love St. Paul.
We love St. Paul. Welcome to the Jason Show. Boop! Whoop, now there's purple. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and Sears Roebuck's Employee of the Month, Kendall Mark, everyone.
Yellow. I don't know what they say. It's Sears Roebuck, so I just yellow.
You know that was Sears' full name, Sears Roebuck and Company?
I think we had a Sears in Red Wing.
Did you?
Yep.
Yeah, most of the small towns, everyone had a Sears back in the day. Now, not so much.
Nope. Target and Walmart came in and the Menards, and it was like, bye.
How you doing?
I am doing well. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We kind of match a little bit. We have a little dark tones on.
Dark tones.
Dark tones. Let's say hi to our audience as we get started today. Join me in saying hello to Hannah, Bonnie, and I'll not forget this name. It's Jason, everybody. Now, Jason, I'm going to chat with you for a second. A little birdie told me, are you coming to us from Columbus, Ohio?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Jace, I love that you watch the show. How did you get introduced? Because, you know, we are in different areas, but we're not in Columbus. How did you find out about our show?
So my best friend lives in St. Paul. She's from White Bear, but she lives there now, and she introduced me to the radio show and then the television show, so I listen to the podcasts all the time. Yeah, it's great.
Well, Jason, that means I really appreciate that, and I love you even more because your card also says you love Sue Ellen. You love the Linda Gray like I do. Is that true?
That is true. I've got her autographed photo right next to me.
Oh, look at that. Where is it? Let me see it, Jace. Yes! Look at that! Oh, my goodness. I don't even have that. I got to go to Jason's house and steal that. Anyway, now, Bonnie, you're coming to us from Princeton. Am I correct on that?
Yes.
And then
I'm just north of the Highway Inn.
Oh, now Bonnie knows me. I love the Highway Inn. It's my favorite townie bar. Shannon and the crew out there. Well, welcome to welcome to the show. And then Hannah is in Bloomington. How you doing, Hannah?
Good. I'm doing good. It's Friday.
Right? Seriously, right, Hannah? It's Friday. How can you be in a bad mood? Well, we're glad that you guys are here. We're going to have some fun with the folks a little bit later. So, speaking of our listeners, or speaking of our viewers, I got this, producer Ted gave me this letter from a delightful guy named Devin.
Okay.
And do you mind if I read this to you?
All right, away.
Perfect. Here we go. He goes, hi, Jason. My name is Devin. I'm from Brooklyn Center. I'm a fan of the Jason Show, and I watch it every day. Since I'm a fan of the show, it would really mean a lot to get your autograph and a reply as well. I have included a self-addressed stamped envelope and a blank index card for you to sign. Thank you for reading my letter. I really do appreciate it. Devin. Now, how nice is that?
Wow.
That is beyond nice.
That is so nice. Like, hey, I don't want to take up too much of your time or any of your resources.
Yeah, it's delightful.
Lovely.
Kendall, I mean, I know we're doing this. Do you mind if I take a moment and sign the card for Devin?
I feel like maybe we should do that after the show in approximately 57 minutes, but you do what you want.
Oh, Devin, as you can see, Kendall doesn't love you as much as I do because I'm putting you first.
That's what you got out of that?
That's what I got out of that. I love you, Kendall. No, I'm just going to sign my name right now, and then I'll write him a little note in a commercial break.
Oh.
Here we go. You ready?
Yes, please. Sign away.
Sign away. I'm just going to do my autograph there. There we go. My little squiggle.
Yep.
There we go. For Devin right there. There's the autograph. Now fill it out a little bit later.
Okay.
Yeah. How nice is that, though?
That is so nice.
He wrote a letter. Who writes letters anymore? And I'm not going to show his address, but then in a self-addressed stamped envelope.
I know.
That's
very
fantastic. I love the guy. Well, thank you for watching, Devin. We appreciate it. Should we do the show?
I suppose.
Let's get started.
Good idea.
Time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. We have breaking news. I love saying this. Should I grab my...
Does it bring you back?
Yeah, to being a news anchor.
Yes.
When news anchors used to do this. Okay, it's like Ted telling me something. Here we go. All kidding aside, the man chosen to succeed Alex Trebek as host of Jeopardy is out. Mike Richards will no longer host the show he never really hosted in the first place. He announced he's going to step aside because he's become too much of a distraction. What is the distraction, you ask? Well, you've probably seen the 8 million stories. An old podcast surfaced of him making sexist comments, among other things. We'll just put it like that. Haitians, he made fun of Jewish folks. I mean, again, like I said, it was plentiful. He apologized for a second time, but it wasn't good enough. Jeopardy will now go back to guest hosting, getting on the guest hosting carousel for the new season, because that starts like in 2 weeks until a permanent host is chosen. Mike, however, is going to remain the executive producer of the show. I wonder how the staff feels about that. You know, that's the first thing I wondered.
Yeah.
You know, what is the staff feeling? I mean, it's one thing you're stepping down as host, but you're still the leader. You know, there's some forgiveness that has to happen there, especially, you know, if any of the folks fit in the categories that he was found to make comments about.
Right.
You know,
It's just about everybody.
literally just about everybody. Hey, for the 800th time, I don't love cancel culture.
Right.
Think there should be forgiveness, but as I said yesterday, this was check, 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 check. Oh, you made a comment about those folks. Check. Oh, little people. Check. I mean, Jewish check.
Right.
There comes a line where you got to cut. You got to be done. And if I'm Sony, who owns the show, you got to put the interest of the entire staff of the Jeopardy show ahead of one dude.
Right.
So now they need to call LeVar Burton.
Yes, they do.
There is a rainbow at the end of this story, a reading rainbow. They need to call LeVar.
I see you. I see what you did there.
Did you see what I did there?
I see what you did there. No,
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember controversy in Jeopardy ever. So the fact that this has happened after Alex Trebek has passed away, we've kind of like, okay, we can still have the show, and then this happens, it like implodes.
You're right. Well, no, you are right. Jeopardy is like vanilla ice cream.
Seriously.
You know what I mean? No, it's delicious, but is it ever like, no. Is it ever dramatic? No.
No.
But it's good. You like it. It's there. It's stable. When you go in your freezer, it's there.
Unless you're lactose intolerant. There's always an exception.
That's Press Your Luck. That's
Thank
the
you.
lactose intolerant game show. I don't know. Next up. In the 90s, Brett Butler, remember her, was on top of the world. She was making around $250,000 per episode of her show, Grace Under Fire. But according to a new article in The Hollywood Reporter, Grace is now broke. Grace Under Fire, the sitcom, was created by Chuck Lorre, remember, from 2.5 Men. Here's a little scene of it right here, but it was canceled midway through its 5th season because of her drug abuse. She made $25 million from the show, but it admits that she was careless with the money. Well, here's the deal. Her fans have now started a GoFundMe to get her back on her feet, and so far has raised $20,000. To put it in a little bit of perspective, because for the younger folks, you know, on Tuesday nights it was Roseanne, which was a giant hit for ABC, and Grace Under Fire had the plum spot right after Roseanne. She was, I mean, and she was on magazine. Grace was, she was everywhere. I mean, she was right up there with Cosby and Roseanne as far as big stars in the late 80s, early 90s. She was more early 90s. But this is just sad. I mean, to go from that to a GoFundMe, you know, I don't like to see that.
No, it is sad. And it makes me think of oftentimes professional sports, they get a little bit of a bad rap for this because they get these athletes that don't know how to manage money. You give them millions of dollars and then these guys end up broke. And people are like, how did that happen? Well, think about it. If no one ever, you know, handed you millions of dollars and no one taught you how to do anything with it, I feel bad.
And you don't have any money, people. I was hearing Tom Brady, actually, you know, Howard Stern's on like a summer break and they were replaying interviews and Brady was on Stern talking about I'm so glad you brought this up. Talking about young players who don't have good money managers who, you know, they get their first million, they get excited, as we all would.
Oh, for
and
sure.
you go out and you buy 80 cars.
Right.
And
or your friend's a house or your, you know.
And then something happens, you God forbid, get injured, and you don't have any money. You haven't invested. So it's sad. We wish you the best. Next in the dish, Camila Cabello's, I got to slow down here. It's Friday.
It's hard.
Her boyfriend's out with new music. It's steamy, and here's a clip from Shawn Mendes, Summer of Love.
It was the summer of love. A delicate daydream. And for a couple of months, it felt like we were 18. Yeah, it was the summer of la 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 la. Yeah, it was the summer of la la la.
Shawn teamed up with a Latin producer. Is it Tanny for the new track. Here's my problem. Summer's almost over.
Right.
I know he's singing in the past tense.
But still.
It's been the summer of love.
Yeah.
But if I'm the label, wouldn't you have released this in June?
Right. or
Now
like
it's
May.
pumpkin spice season, unfortunately.
Uh-huh. I'm talking about falling season.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it is the wrong season. Do this in June or even in July, I would have taken this.
Right?
But I don't know. And still, those two, Camilla and Shawn, that's a weird flavored Pop-Tart.
Yeah, it's like the Fruit Loop Pop-Tart. Have you had that?
Yeah.
It needs milk.
No, this doesn't need milk.
needs something.
There's just something.
It needs something.
I love love, but there's just something about.
You love love.
I love most days of the week.
Winky
But there, am I right? Am I wrong on
Yeah.
this? There's something about those two that's just, there's just something.
And I
can't
like
put my
them.
thumb on it.
Yeah.
I do. I like them. Well, I like him. I don't know a lot about her.
I really like her. She's all about like body positivity and like.
Oh, then
go
I like that.
girl.
But them two together, I just don't know.
Yeah.
It's like when you eat something and you're like,
What was
this tastes
that?
like grass, you know?
Are you making fun of my matcha lattes again?
Yeah, Kendall had a drink. We got to go, but Kendall had this beverage. That was the worst shade of green ever. And Jeff and I were like, and everyone looked at it, we're staring at it. We're like, it looks like moss.
No.
And we said, what is that? And she goes, it's a mocha maca.
No. Executive
Makalaka.
producer Jeff said, "Are you drinking a pistachio pudding?"
Oh, that's right. That's what it looked like.
To which I said, "Yes, I'm drinking a pistachio pudding."
And it smelled like a grass candle.
Okay, it was a matcha latte. Very normal. People drink them.
I don't know. I've never met those people. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. What's in your cup now? Coming up in just a little bit, it is the latest hot show folks are chatting about. Nicole Kidman is at it again, this time as a Russian spiritual health guru in 9 Perfect Strangers on Hulu. But I'm thinking this project is far from perfect. My review is just ahead. Then, if you had all the money in the world, what fun little luxury would you have in your house? Maybe a staffed pizza parlor? Maybe a spa? Wait till you hear what Jeff Bezos has. And then for the rest of the hour, it is our legendary Jason Show Staff-a-Palooza. And today we're unveiling another round of best things ever. What are they? You'll find out when we come back.
Yes. So I am very big on trying anything. I will happily acupuncture, infrared, crystal, like
Meth?
no meth.
Oh, okay.
Just crystals.
You got the crystals here. You're just
Like a
because of the
crystal.
energy.
Like an energy
the
crystal.
energy crystals.
I've
yeah.
never done the meth.
Yeah. Oh, you know who
no,
has?
no
Why-
meth. I don't know. Somebody asked.
What's the worst drug you've ever done?
I've never done a drug.
Oh, good for
Sugar.
you.
Ugh.
Wait, marijuana? The whole country's doing it.
No.
Wow.
No, I mean, I love a cocktail, don't get me wrong.
Well, that's what we're doing after the show.
But yeah, I'm likely to have a cocktail.
I love that.
But no, I don't partake in that. Sugar is a big drug for me. I've never drank caffeine. I had a cup of coffee once in high school during exams, and I drank the cup of coffee, and I felt like my entire body slapped up against the ceiling of the gym, and I was like, well, how do we get it down?
I just love her. I love Tracy Ellis Ross so much. With Sean Hayes filling in for Kimmel. Can you believe that, though? Never, like one little cup of coffee in her life.
So crazy. I had 7 today.
I've had 2. I can't imagine. I could go up. I'm getting the caffeine jitters! I can't imagine being off the caffeine. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Speaking of caffeine, may I say congratulations. I meant to say this in the desk chat. Congratulations to my mother. I can make it official today because she didn't want me to say anything before now because she's superstitious. But yesterday, she became a homeowner finally. After a year of hell for my mom, a hurricane, loss, death, loss.
Move.
She was attacked by a pigeon, and then a cougar bit her. I mean, everything. I'm just joking. Don't. The last two things didn't happen. Don't email me. But yesterday, she signed on the dotted line, and we're moving her as soon as I get done here. So yeah, so thanks to all of you that have loved Dar and shown support over this year. I really appreciate it. Next in the dish, sad news for fans of Punky Brewster. The Peacock streaming reboot will not get a second season. Soleil Moon Air Fryer reprised her role from the 80s back in February, but it didn't really catch on with anyone. No one. Not even the pigeon that bit my mom. Meanwhile, the streamer has renewed the Saved by the Bell reboot. That one did well. As well as sitcoms Rutherford Falls and Girls 5 Eva. Can I say that again? Girls 5 Eva.
Yeah, it's like a band thing.
That one did well.
Yes.
I liked Punky Brewster back in the day. That show was made for my demographic.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch it.
Well, when we were talking about this originally, we kind of said that. We're like, who is this really made for? Because it looked like a Disney or Nickelodeon show.
Yes.
But it was supposed to be for people who were fans of the original Punky, who are now in their 40s, 50s. Like,
yeah.
what?
So if you're going to do it, because the kids today don't know who Punky Brewster is.
No, and they don't care.
So if you're going to make a Punky Brewster, you're absolutely right, a reboot.
Right.
Gear it toward me, toward my generation.
Yeah.
Make it about Punky dealing with, not being able to sit down without making a noise,
It's a struggle.
It's a struggle at this age, Punky finding gray hair,
That happened to me the other day, I thought, and I almost had a panic attack.
Look, Sister Soldier, I don't want to hear from you about gray hair when you're 11. Come at me when you're eventually hosting the show and I'm in Sunset Acres eating my rice pudding. Then come talk to me about gray hair. You're beautiful, you're young, I want to hear about it.
So will you zoom in, though, on days that we need, a guest host from, I had cereal this morning.
Girl, I'm barely getting through this year. Didn't you hear? The meeting with Mary and Mim Davy didn't go well.
Is that why we don't applaud after her name anymore?
That's right. We don't applaud after her name anymore. It's going to be the Kindle show in September.
Nobody wants that.
No, everyone wants that. Next in the dish, the scandal surrounding Erica Jane continues to be the center of focus on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And now the drama is leading to some disagreements between the other women. Just hang with me here if you don't watch the show. On this week's episode, Garcelle MVP called out Dorit. Called out Dorit for saying one thing when Erica wasn't around and doing another thing when Erica was around. Dorit complained about Garcelle to Crystal. Look at this.
I've felt in the last few months, Garcelle has made little jabs at me.
Garcelle's coming after me. And now it's starting to feel like it's happening too often.
She's long-winded. Should you give her a timer? Oh my God, Dorit, you will never take her side.
Who?
Sutton's.
It's ridiculous.
You would never take her side.
No one is looking to pry into. I understand.
That's not what you
and
said
I think
the other
anyone.
night.
I think
That's
anyone
not what
will
you said
understand.
the other night. That's not what you said the other night.
Let me finish.
And it's starting to piss me off.
Now it's gotten to the point. It's like, what is the problem here?
We're scared of Dorit. You don't like it because Garcelle is calling you on your crap. That's why you don't like it. She's calling you on your BS. She's calling you on your fence sitting. She's calling you on your two-facedness. That's why you don't like it. Your Louis Vuitton cannot hide your two faces. As you can tell, Dorit is not my favorite. But I mean what I say. She doesn't like Garcelle right now because Garcelle is the only one, really, other than Sutton's being a little overly dramatic, But Garcelle gives 0 blanks this year. 0. And she's calling all of them on their variety of crap. And that's why you can see Dorit, nobody likes being called on their stuff.
Oh, duh.
Especially if it's on camera on Bravo.
Duh.
But everyone, everyone's just, everyone likes Dorit now. Garcelle sees right through the Louis Vuitton, sees right through it. And I love it, and I'm here for it.
It's faux Vuitton.
No, it's not for her, it really is.
I know.
It's for her, it is, but. Next in the dish, if you had billions of dollars, what's one luxury item you would have in your house? Like a fun luxury item.
Oh.
Like something goofy. For Jeff Bezos, it's this. A soft serve ice cream machine. According to the company's CVT, he is the first customer to have one in his house. It offers chocolate, vanilla, and the twist. Their website says the CVT is available for sale, but doesn't say how much it goes for. Okay, I know it's really fun to make fun of Jeff because, little space cowboy, but I got to tell you, if I had, because that's sick money. That's what I call it stupid money. Do you have a luxury item, a silly luxury item that you would have in your home?
I've never thought of it because I've never had enough money to think of it. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, think of it now.
I know what yours is.
What is it?
A miniature pony.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would just have a whole ranch. But I'm talking like an item, like a machine.
Yeah.
I would have, if I have Jeff Bezos money, I'm not joking, I would have a Starbucks in my house. And I'm not kidding. I would hire a barista, like I would have Starbucks run it, but I would have it in my kitchen, like a little mini Starbucks. So I'd go down and there's, Tracy in her green apron. Good morning, Jace. Good morning, Tracy. I'll take a venti salted caramel cream cold brew, extra foam blended on 4. Have a good day, Jason. Yes, that's what I would have. Let's talk to the audience. Hannah, if you had stupid money, is there a goofy little thing that you would love in your house?
I was kind of thinking the same lines along that you said and do like the fanciest espresso maker money can buy.
Ever, right, Hannah? Like ever. Okay, Jason, how about you?
One of those robot bartenders that can just bring me a drink when I need one.
Oh, okay. I mean, he loves Linda Gray and he loves a cocktail. And his name's Jason. What's not to like? Bonnie in Princeton, what about you? What would you, if you had endless amounts of money, what would you put in your house?
Probably a little display room meant for critters.
Oh.
I have a mini farm, so I'd put a little mini zoo.
Wait. Did I hear you say you have like a mini barn?
Farm.
What animals do you have on your farm?
Well, we have the main farm, but where I live, we have 2 heifers, a bunch of chickens, a rabbit, dogs, cats, a calf.
Can I, some night after I'm done at the Highway Inn, can I come over and pet the heifers?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
They would love it.
And by the way, that's a sentence I've never said before in my life. Ever. Thank you, guys. Now watch. I'm going to go over there some night after the Highway Inn. You told me I could pet the heifers.
Do you know what a heifer is?
I do know what a heifer is.
What's a heifer?
It's a cow.
Good job, a female cow.
A female cow, yeah. Next in the dish, it's the new, I'm from Indiana. We had cows there.
Okay.
It's cows and corn.
Okay.
And awkward gay kids. It's the new show from the team behind hits like Big Little Lies and The Undoing. 9 Perfect Strangers is a story of 9 people who come together at a mysterious wellness retreat led by Nicole Kidman with a horrible Russian accent. Take a look.
I want you all now to close your eyes. You want to get well? You want to heal? Surrender yourself to me. I am gonna fix you.
That's Kidman as Masha. That's Marsha without the R, who leads the Tranquillum retreat. with guests played by Melissa McCarthy, Bobby Cannavale, and more. The series is based on a book by the same woman who wrote Big Little Lies. I heard from people, I have not read the books, but people that, like my buddies Lori and Julia, Lori said, they both said that out of all the books of hers, this is their least favorite. But Lori is loving the show. I watched it yesterday. I watched episode 1, and I couldn't care less about all 9 of them. If they all were eaten by a large tropical bird, I wouldn't care. I found it boring.
Okay.
And Nicole Kidman's weird in and out Russian accent took me right out of it.
Jason, you do not like this accent?
No, yeah, but then she went into like an Australian. It was not good. 9 Perfect Strangers airs on Hulu. Watch it and let me know what you think. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day.
Welcome back. Hope you're having a really good Friday. We appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Right, Kendall?
Thank y'all.
We're in a good mood today. It's been a while since we gathered the Jason Show staff together on air. We're ending the week by sharing some of the things we're loving lately, and we're calling it our best things ever. Plural, Kendall, plural. Joining me today, once again, the lovely Kendall, the lovely executive producer Jeff, and the loveliest show producer Ted Johnson. Hello, stars.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. How's everybody doing? Jeff, how you doing?
Good.
Ted, how you doing?
I'm doing very, very good.
Ted, how do you think the show's going up? How do you think the show's going so far?
I think we got off on a good note, and we've been holding it through this whole time, so I feel good.
Perfect. Well, let's start off. I will go first. My best thing ever is a streaming service that I've mentioned briefly every so often, but now I'm making it official. It is YouTube TV. Now, there's Hulu Live. There's a lot of versions of this. But for me, guys, I'm hearing myself back in my ear. If we can fix that, thank you. Anyway, this is the best of all of those types of services because of the interface. You're looking, I shot this morning. This is kind of what it looks like. This is you see the tabs up there, Library, Home, Live. Library is what you record on their version of a DVR, and you press it, and you watch it wherever you are. Then you can press the live tab to watch actual live TV, like cable, like here. This was me pressing Real Housewives that I recorded. You press it and boom, you watch the latest episode. The best part about this is a twofer. First, you can still get your local channels, like any cable service. And number 2, and other services have this too, but what I love about it is you can watch YouTube TV on your phone, you can watch it on an iPad, and then if you have like an Apple TV, then you watch it on TV. Ever since we subscribed for YouTube TV, I rarely turn on my cable. I literally, the hub of my entertainment now is my Apple TV. If I want to watch Channel 9 live, I go to YouTube TV. If I want to watch a show that I've DVR'd, I watch it on YouTube TV. It is, in my opinion, the best of all of those types of streaming cable replacements, I will say. Anybody have it in this group?
My parents do.
I have it.
You have it, Kendall?
Yeah, we love it. We ended up getting rid of cable and just using this. And so did my parents. And my parents were like a little worried about figuring it out. I mean, technologically speaking, but it's just like anything. You get the hang of it really quickly.
How's the DVR? That's probably a question a lot of people have.
How is the DVR? Thank you for asking. It's really good because again, there's a little search right up the top. Like let's say you want to record Hell's Kitchen. You go to the search function, you put in Hell's Kitchen, it pops up as a show, and then I think it's a little check mark, or no, a plus. You hit the little plus, boom, and then you never have to worry about it again. YouTube TV will automatically record every episode of Hell's Kitchen, no matter when it's on, no matter what network it's on, and it'll just be waiting for you in the library.
And it's unlimited.
It's unlimited. That's the other thing to Jeff. The library, you can record thousands of hours and it never there's never a limit of too much in your library.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just, the interface is what sells it for me, and the convenience. I was telling Jeff, you know, a real life scenario. Let's say Ted and I are sharing a delicious pretzel somewhere, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to record The Bachelorette. I can just pull up YouTube TV
and plunk it in
and hit record, and then I don't have to be home to record something if I forget. Now, I will acknowledge, like Jeff said, there's a couple other services that do that. In my opinion, they're a little clunky. This YouTube TV has never failed me. Never.
My only thing that people are watching might want to know, they do not have local sports. They don't have Bally Sports North, which is kind of a big thing for me.
What does Jason do?
Yeah, how's he going to watch his Minnesota Wild?
For me and for other people, it is a bit of a because they got rid of it.
They did get rid of it?
And they had it, and they got rid of it.
We better get to Ted.
Sorry.
We have to get to Ted. Oh. Wow. Did you hear his
We're running out of time.
Okay, Ted.
Well, this kind of builds off yours because I got rid of cable a few weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, we did a little budget crunching around the house.
Ted, you live alone.
Yeah, me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
So, got rid of cable in favor of Paramount Plus, HBO Max, and Discovery Plus.
Oh.
And I am loving Paramount Plus because I've got so many episodes of Love Island.
Is that the only reason you love Paramount Plus?
But, well, so Love Island airs, and then they have like special episodes of it, and then they, you know, if there's an episode on Monday night, it's up like when I'm up on Tuesday morning, or Stephen Colbert's show, you know, it airs at night, and then when I'm up in the morning getting ready for the show, it's already on. So it's like it's almost like a DVR, but it's don't even miss cable.
You know what else is on there, Ted, on Paramount Plus?
The Good Fight.
The Good Fight and RuPaul's Drag Race, Ted. Remember, you love the Drag Race now.
I do love the Drag Race.
Yeah. So Paramount.
Why are they lip syncing?
Exactly. What are drag queens? Anyway, so Paramount Plus and YouTube TV, two best things ever. We have more when we return. Back in a moment, everyone. We are back. Today, the Jason Show staff is sharing their latest best things ever, giving you the lowdown on the things we're loving lately. Next up, our fearless and beautiful leader, executive producer Jeff.
Beautiful, that's a new one. Okay, my best thing ever is a new documentary on HBO Max. It's part of a series on all these music documentaries, and it's called Woodstock 99, Peace, Love, and Rage. So people in my generation and Jason's generation, he's a few months older, they will remember Woodstock 99 for the fires, but what led up to those fires is crazy. Take a look.
In pop culture, there's this dark energy coming from young white males that entertainment is perpetuating.
You have a crowd who are excited, inebriated, and you give them a band to help them release that energy. What do you think is going to happen?
They had the crowd going insane. People were dehydrated, passing out.
There are a lot of stupid humans around here.
We walked off stage and we're like, get out of here. Like, we need to leave right now.
Okay, this documentary was so good. Like, there are so many things that you learn from this. Basically, this was a disaster from the start. 400,000 people in 100-degree heat with no shade. It was at an old Air Force base in New York. And people went crazy because they charged $4 for water. So people started breaking the fountains that were drinking fountains for free and bathing in the drinking fountains. They didn't have enough bathrooms. And the bands that they picked had nothing to do with like peace and love at all back in 1999.
Wasn't it like Limp Bizkit?
It was like, yeah, here are some of the bands. Limp Bizkit, Korn, Kid Rock, like those, I mean, fine if you like them, but they don't really fit the peace and love Woodstock theme. And it just turned into like this anti-pop music campaign, and MTV was the sponsor of it. If you think about 99, Jason, you'll remember, like Britney Spears, NSYNC, that was their rise, and that's all that played on MTV. So all of a sudden MTV puts on Woodstock and they have Limp Bizkit, Korn, and Kid Rock, it was going against it was two music genres clashing at once.
What? Wasn't Enya there?
No, they only had 3 females for the whole weekend. Alanis Morissette, Sheryl Crow, and Jewel. 1 each day.
Good choices.
And so here's not cool, but the ironic part about the fires. There was an anti-violence group that gave out candles to everyone at the event. And those candles are what lit the plywood around the whole venue. And it ended the night with huge bonfires. People were ripping apart everything. And MTV had to evacuate all of their staff because it was just chaos. They didn't know what was happening.
Jeff, how many, you said it right at the beginning, and Kendall gasped, how many was in attendance? 400,000?
400,000.
That's insane.
And the things you learn, people died. I didn't know that.
I would assume so.
People died. There were crimes all over. It was chaos. And this documentary is so good.
I mean, it's
fascinating.
That's like the population of Minneapolis, isn't it? 400,000, 430, something like that?
All at an Air Force base with no shade, all cement. People couldn't even walk because it was so hot on the cement.
Ugh.
Oh.
And they were bathing in mud. They thought was mud. It wasn't mud. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
It's a morning show.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's fantastic.
This keeps coming up on the carousel on HBO Max, and I have yet to watch it. I am going to watch it now.
It's worth it.
I had never heard of it. And it sounds interesting, but do you think people who had not heard of this specific concert and festival would still like this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And once you hear about the organizers, how bad of a PR machine they were, and they're planning another one soon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Get your tickets now.
They better get Enya to that one. Kendall has 2 best things to share, and both could help you actually this weekend. Kendall's up next. We'll be back after this. Yeah. I have the best colleagues in the world. I love my team here. You guys, You guys, welcome back to our staff Best Thing Ever show. You've heard from Ted, you've heard from Jeff and myself. Now it is Kendall's turn.
Okay, so I've got 2 different food-related items. The first one is a baking blog that I found on Pinterest. Well, through Pinterest. It turns out this woman is really popular too. Her name's Sally's Baking Addiction. That's the homepage of it. She started the blog in 2011 as just like a self-taught baker, and it just completely blew up. What I really like about it is she's got a ton of baking tips, like how do you pipe something? How do you soften butter quickly? How do you measure what's this measurement versus this measurement? A lot of videos, really clear instructions. And what I really, really liked, because I talked about that app that I have.
Yeah,
the New York Times cooking app, where I learned some things. But on this one, it actually is the only blog I've ever found that's just really succinct and clear. And her recipes are so good. Like, I have not made a single one that has not turned out well. And I'm a very novice baker. Like, it's really good.
I heard one of the guys who kind of gasped at that. Has anyone tried it in the group?
It looks good, though.
Oh, okay. I thought one of you had tried it.
My question is, what has Kendall made, and why haven't we seen it at work?
Yeah.
Why, thank you. I made a list. All right. I made the lemon layer cake with lemon cream cheese buttercream.
Pass.
I also made...
Ted, will you hold your comments until the ride comes to a complete stop?
Thank you. I've also made her classic cheesecake recipe. And there were a lot of tips because cheesecake's hard to make, and it was divine. I have made a couple of her different frostings that she suggests, and my next one I'm going to make is the strawberry rhubarb crumb bars.
Okay, Ted, any of the things she mentioned would you consume?
No.
Frosting.
The frosting's delicious.
Okay.
Why do you even try?
And I will speak for Jeff Kendall. All of those things we would be more than happy to consume if you ever brought them in here.
Well, I've been thinking about making these pistachio cupcakes with strawberry whipped frosting.
Perfect. Bring them in.
I could make those.
Now, I hear you have a second best thing ever.
I do. Oh, and by the way, this woman has a cookbook, a couple cookbooks too. So if that's your more of your vibe. Okay, the other thing is somewhere Jordan and I love to go. We've been going there since we started dating because it's in Uptown, so we used to walk there. It's called Kiku Bistro. It's a sushi restaurant, Asian fusion sushi place. There's a couple of pictures from their website. It's off 28th and Hennepin, so sort of by the bus stop once you go down Hennepin toward downtown, by the YWCA, bright blue building. Jen, who owns the place, so it's locally owned, and her Raul, who runs everything there too, are wonderful people. But they've got sushi, teriyakis, tempura. They used to have a phenomenal happy hour that went basically all night, but they can't right now because of course everybody's just trying to get themselves under them. But a couple things if you ever want to go there. Honestly, it's my favorite sushi place in the Metro. The Lake Roll, so good. Pink Geisha Roll and the Vegas Roll. They're my 3 favorites, and every time I suggest someone go there, they ask me what to get, and those are the 3. And
those are the, repeat them. You know how people are. I want to make sure.
The Lake Roll, that is our absolute favorite. The Lake Roll, the Pink Geisha, and the Vegas Roll, which is a cooked roll.
Okay.
Just a little different. But it's next to Troubadour, to the wine bar. So if you want to do like a date night, you can go and have wine at Troubadour.
What's in a Vegas roll?
It's so I don't normally I actually hate cream cheese in my roll, but it actually has cream cheese, jalapeno, some orange sauce. I don't remember what it's called. But.
Well, and may I piggyback, and this is also a tease for I think maybe next week or the week after. Yesterday I went to a little sneak preview of a restaurant that Kendall's going to be heading to next week for a story. And it is a Minnesota farmers owned and based restaurant right next to the Guthrie. A Farmer's Kitchen and Bar. It was phenomenal, and I can't wait. Kendall's going to give all of you watching a tour of it. I was telling executive producer Jeff, this is only one of 2 of its kind in the country. I don't know why more farmer unions aren't doing this. Most of the items, I mean, you know, it can't be everything, but I think it's around 90% of the items this restaurant serves is from Minnesota farmers.
I just think that's so cool too.
It's
it's all local food, locally. It's going toward your community and supporting people that we all want to support and love.
Yeah.
Really
like
cool.
the beef guy. It was funny. They were introducing me to people. I met the goat cheese
guy.
I met the goat cheese woman, and then my husband said, "Oh, and that guy right there." And I said, you know, and this guy has jeans, a giant belt buckle, a cowboy shirt, and a Stetson. He goes, that's the beef guy. And I'm like, yeah, really?
Sounds like Ted on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is me.
That is Ted.
I'm the beef guy.
But I love that they had to tell me that's the beef guy. No, I thought that was the oatmeal guy. Of course it's the beef guy. Of course. He looks like he just got off a horse, for heaven's sake. But anyway, Kendall's going to be there next week. We'll air it soon. It's such a cool concept, and you're supporting Minnesota, and you're supporting good farm families.
Yep.
Oh, Jeff went out.
Did we lose Jeff?
We didn't pay the cable bill or the
Studio A
electricity bill.
Did they turn the lights out on you, Jeff?
I'm pretty boring today. We might as well go to break.
It was like the Gong Show, Jeff. They just said, okay, Jeff's boring. Let's bring down the lights. Do they not know we're doing a show in here?
Some people
Maybe there's a
might not.
meeting going on.
Maybe there's a. They love to have meetings during the Jason Show. That's what they're doing. Anyway, give it up for Kendall, Ted, and Jeff. Those are our latest best things ever. We're going to take a break. We're going to say goodbye to the audience and more right after these words. It's just the Jason Show. Let's just bring the lights down. Welcome back. What was that, one more time, what was that website? We'll put, don't worry, we're going to, you know, you can, well, let me just read this tease. It's easy. If you missed today's episode, don't worry, you can watch it on YouTube a little bit later. Just search for Jason Show on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We post each day's episodes there. What was your blog again? What was that woman's?
Sally's Baking Addiction. Sally's Baking Addiction. If you just Sally's Baking, it like
it'll pop right up.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know we're going to get a lot of emails. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Okay, let's say goodbye to our audience. Jason, Hannah, and Bonnie, thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are so much fun. Enjoy the mugs and have a great weekend. we have a little message, family message.
Yeah, we FaceTimed with my husband's grandma, Grandma Lottie. She's 94, and we just found out that she actually can watch the Jason Show down in Illinois. She watches it sometimes. So I just want to say hi, Lottie. We were thinking about you.
Out there in Illinois, right next to my home state of Indiana.
Yep.
So, and one more shout out before we go to my mom, an official homeowner. 30 seconds, I'm gonna change and go help her move. Or watch the movers watch her move. Yes, Monday, the man vying for the best mullet in the country will join us. I actually did say that. That's Monday. Right now, go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. See ya on Monday, everybody. Have a great weekend.